Hi, I'm Bella Needham, and this is my narrative interview with my sister Aisha Needham, who currently works as a community caseworker. Aisha's career timeline. She worked as a dance teacher for 7 years, from the ages of 13 to 20, and she did this because she loved kids and dancing and already attended the same dance school. At the same time, she worked at Prouds for 5 years, as she needed a job through high school and stayed there after graduating while she transitioned to other work and found it easy to do while she was studying. She then started working at Harry Hartog the bookshop for a year because she needed another job on the side and she was passionate about reading. A big stepping stone in her career was working in Campbelltown Arts Centre on children's programs, and to begin working for the government. She was already passionate about disadvantaged young people and thought that it would be a good way to become exposed to all different kinds of young people, and incarcerated young people are the most disadvantaged at the moment. At Reby, she began as a youth officer and did that from March to September of 2023. The job was recommended to her and she had to do 3 rounds of interviews, 5 weeks of use of force training and safe practices before she then began the trial period. Aisha was then offered a section, which is a contracted permanent casual position, which was also shift work. She then began running programs in the centre and gained lots of experience during this time, where she realised she wanted to keep working with young people who were involved in the justice system. She then took on a secondment in the centre from September to April of 2024 as a custody caseworker. She was scouted for the position because of her experience in programs and had a good relationship with the young people in custody. She loved being a custody caseworker and found it really rewarding, as she was working with young people in crisis every single day, which was really hard but some of the most impactful work she's done in her whole career. Her current role since April is as a community caseworker in Batemans Bay. She decided to move from Reby as her secondment was ending and wanted to continue her work as a caseworker. It was a permanent position in the community and more room for her career growth. It also diversified her skills as a caseworker, working in both custody and community. Aisha's big turning point in her career was definitely when she got offered a secondment as a custody caseworker when she was at Reby Youth Justice Centre. As being a youth officer, even working in programs is very different to being a caseworker. As, for example, when you're working as a youth officer, there's a use of force, but as a caseworker, you're just completely separated from that. And as she was scouted for the role, it was really special for her, and she already had really strong relationships with the kids, and she still says it's some of the most impactful work she's ever done, as working in the community is very different to working with kids who are in the system. Aisha has many goals for the future, but her main one is to keep implementing new community interventions for young people in the South Coast community and hopefully continue to advocate for Aboriginal young people as the numbers are at 100%. By this, she means that all the young people who are either on good behaviour bonds, bail, probation or parole orders in the far South Coast and Tablelands are all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, and something that's really important to her to continue to advocate for these kids. In terms of the future for Aisha's career, she hopes to become maybe an assistant manager or advance to a higher grade in youth justice so she can work with more kids across the state, which she absolutely loved to do while she's at Reby. The narrative idea of outsider witnessing. While listening and engaging with Aisha's stories from her career as an outsider witness, her values are made clear to me in the way she strives to help young people every single day, and she puts it above everything else in her career, such as how co-workers feel about her. I can understand through our previous conversation since she began working youth justice just how important these kids are to her, and I do feel this is something that's so important to not only her, but our families. My pop also worked in youth justice and is still very well respected in the field by people who worked alongside him, which is absolutely translated in the way Aisha works. Throughout the interview, she brought up the prevalent issues the children experience in the youth justice system, which are core values that I share with her too. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my sister's story.